Exercise 2.5, problem number 4. Expand each of the following using suitable identities. Subdivision 6. It's given as 1 by 4a minus 1 by 2b plus 1 whole square. So we have to use the square identity, and how many terms are present inside this bracket? So 3 terms are there. So we are going to use an 3-term identity which has square. So with 3 terms, that means let us take the terms as x plus y plus z. So 3 terms and square identity. So we have to apply this identity over this problem. So what will be the identity for this one? It's x square, y square, z square, square of each terms plus 2 times product in pairs. Sum of products in pairs. So we know that this is the given identity. On comparing these two data, we can say that the value of x should be equal to 1 by 4a and value of y should be equal to minus 1 by 2b and z is equal to 1. That's what we have to substitute here. Now we are going to substitute the data. So on substituting it, we get this as x square becomes 1 by 4a square, this term. And when I put y square, y is nothing else minus 1 by 2 b square, b whole square for z square plus 2 into the value of x is 1 by 4a and for value of y it is minus 1 by 2b. Similarly, we are substituting for these two terms also. Now we have to simplify this. Now we have to square this one. So when you square this, what you will get? It becomes 1 by 16a square. Plus, when you square this negative, it becomes positive. So it becomes 1 by 4b square plus 1 square is 1. Here we can divide this 2 and this denominator 2 because 1, 2 is present in numerator and the other one is in the denominator. Similarly, even in this term we can divide 1, 2. Even here also we can divide 1, 2. Now what is remaining in this term? It's minus 1 by 4a ab. In this term it's minus 1b. Here it is 1 by 2a. So this will be our next step, squaring it, and we are adding the remaining terms. Now let us move to the problem number 5. Same factorize. Here it's the expanded form is given, that is 2x square plus y square plus 8z square minus 2 root xy plus 4 root 2 yz minus 8xz. Now we have to choose the identity. Which identity has to be applied here? For that, the easiest way is, so first you find how many, here we are going to use square identities because we have squares only here. So how many terms we are able to write it in squares? So first you try with this first one. So how to write this one as whole square, this term? So we know that 2 is equal to root 2 into root 2. Is it or not? So this 2 can be written as root 2 whole square. So when I have 2x square, so that can be written as, this 2 can be written as root 2 square, this x square as it is. Now these two are in product. We can write it as a for single factor, that becomes as root 2x whole square. Similarly, the second term also we are able to write it as y whole square. Now how to write this third term? Third term is 8. So we know that 8 can be written as 4 into 2. 4 can be written as 2 square and 2 can be written as root 2 square. Just now I said root 2 square. So now this 8 can be rewritten as 2 root 2 whole square. So 8z square can be written as 2 root 2 z whole square. So the next step will be, this can be written as root 2x whole square. This is whole square. When we write 3 terms, we know the expansion of x plus y plus z whole square, x square, y square, z square, then it should be 2 times x y term plus y 2 times y z term plus 2 times x z term. Here this one will be equivalent to this, is it or not? So 2 we write it, and this we have to write it here as the value of x, that is this one, and this one should be the y term. Next term should be what? 2yz. So y term is, I have written it, and this z term also has been written here. Then last term will be 2xz. So 2 will be there as it is, and this should be our x term, and this should be our z term. When you multiply all these things, all these three terms, you will get these terms. But we won't get the negative sign for the identity. Whereas here negative sign is, so this negative has to be taken either any one of these factors. Here also we have one negative. So we have negative in two places. Now you see the common factor for these two negative terms. So what is the common variable which is present in these two terms? That is x. So wherever you have the x, you can take that negative sign. So here also you can put negative of this. So this negative can be taken inside here. Similarly, this negative can be taken here. You can't take to the other variables. So the next step will be, this negative has been taken inside the root 2x. This negative also has been taken to this negative of root 2x. Now this is of the form x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2xz. The expansion of x plus y plus z whole square. So this can be rewritten as x plus y plus z whole square. The value of x is this, value of y is this, and z is this. Now usually we will write the positive term only as the first term. So what I am going to do it here is, I am going to take this negative sign outside in order to make this as positive as the first term, which is easy to say for us. So this can be rewritten as root 2x minus y minus 2 root 2z whole square. You might ask what happens to that negative. I will explain it again. So what I am going to do it here is, I am going to take one negative sign commonly outside for these three terms. So when I take negative outside, it becomes minus of root 2x, positive y becomes negative y, then this positive becomes minus 2 root 2z whole square. Now these two are in product. This square is there for this negative also. Now when I square this negative becomes positive. Then inside this bracket it's going to be the same thing, so it becomes whole square. That's what I have written it here.